Bienvenidos, hola y bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo de GENSHIN IMPACT. Estamos aquí de vuelta en el canal con un nuevo gameplay de esta gran aventura de Liyue tras la actualización que salió el 11 de noviembre. Aquí estamos disfrutando muchísimo de esta aventura. La verdad que me gustó bastante la actualización, creo que lo que digo, todo lo que trae es algo que podemos hablar bastante bien de ello. Y bueno, vamos a ver qué pasa en este caso por aquí, porque ya sabéis que nuestros objetivos sigue siendo entrar en la cámara de Jade para reunirnos aquí y ver qué está pasando con todo el tema de los adeptus. Vamos a ver por aquí, hablar con este guía.
According to Kuching, this is what we should say. Excuse me, do you saw the moon here?
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of numbers here.
Ah, well said. Please, use this to ascend to the chamber. Yes, speaking of which, are you two the guests that Lady Ninguang has arranged to meet with today?
Yep.
And yet the code they used was not the one for guests, but for the Yuheng. What's going on here?
Ojo, que parece que por fin se viene la reunión aquí con Ninguang. Personaje que tengo y me mola mucho, ojo, la verdad que está muy guay toda la trama de Liyue. Ahora con Tartaglia ya para desbloquear tengo que conseguir a Nobil, de verdad. Nobil Tartaglia, como queráis llamarlo, es el crack. Bueno, aquí está.
I've been waiting for you, returnee from Joyun Karst.
It's Ninguang. Since this is our first meeting, we've prepared a gift. I hope you like it.
Oh, for me. You have my thanks. It seems that I have made things difficult for you, considering...
Oh,
no fue nada.
It's nothing.
La cámara de Jade es magnífica.
I'm glad you like it too. This palace floats in the skies, higher than the peak of any mountain. From this vantage point, one may survey all of Liyue.
Vale.
I have been gathering the funds necessary to build it from the time I began learning the merchant's craft. And since becoming the Tianquan, I have spared no effort in hiring the best craftsmen to constantly extend it. At first, it was but the size of one room. Now, it is large enough to blot out the moon in the skies above Liyue.
Wow.
One day, I believe it will overshadow all 7 nations.
Qué ambiciosa.
Not many from outside Liyue earn the right to ascend to the Jade Chamber. But I have been in correspondence with the acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius, who spoke highly of you.
¿Jin?
As such, I have been putting eyes and ears out ever since you reached Liyue.
What?
And I finally got wind of your movements when you were on the way to Wangshu Inn.
Wait! Was Vergoldet one of your people?
Just Vergoldet? No. Everyone at Wangshu Inn is one of ours.
Ah, vale. Hace poco me encontré con el equilibrio terrenal. Esto ha sido un cambio
At the
de...
Guizhang Ballista, yes?
¿Lo ve todo o qué?
You weren't peeking on us from the skies the whole time, were you?
I fear that peeking would have been a little difficult from this altitude. Our eyes and ears are more than sufficient. You two are very interesting people, after all. It would be natural to take an interest.
Que Chin dijo que las 7 estrellas no le desean el mal a Rex Lapis.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to trust us, considering that you have had far more interactions with the Adepti. The reason I invited you here was to clear up some misunderstandings.
Vale, vamos a comer, vamos a lo que sea, pero explícame las cosas. Vale, al infinito y más allá, logro completado. Tenemos que hablar con Ninguang. Parece que este se está... Yo, perdóname un momento, pero voy a explorar esto. Esperaba como que hubiera algo, no sé, entrar a un edificio o algo, pero bueno. Podemos entrar, vale. Luego entramos. A ver qué hay. Jejeje. Ninguang, dime cosas.
I believe that you've heard of the Archon War.
Sí.
Many gods used to walk this earth, and many long wars were fought between them that did not abate until 2,000 years ago. In the end, only 7 victors remained standing in Teyvat. They built cities and nations on the corpses of the vanquished, and thus began the era of the 7. You can see Goyun Stone Forest from here, I trust. It is no natural rock formation. Those are giant spears of rock hurled by Rex Lapis during the war. Beneath the spears lie those cast down by Rex Lapis in those days, gods that failed to seize the title of Archon.
Vaya.
Not only is it true that gods may die, but so too has the membership of the 7 changed over the last 2 millennia. Rex Lapis's passing is an unimaginable disaster for Liyue, but the Order of the 7 will not collapse simply because of that. Another Lord of Geo will arise sooner or later. Yet, how are we to forget Rex Lapis? When that time comes, the relationship between the people of Liyue and the gods and Adepti will surely be different from before. Even in a new era, the Liyue Qixing remain Rex Lapis's former subjects. Do you really think us capable of having played a part in his demise? Of lacking the foresight to see the certain repercussions?
Pero entonces, ¿por qué resguardan la exuvia? Es la pregunta que tengo desde que hablé con Zhongli de lo del camino.
That day at Yujing Terrace, it was also very sudden. Even I was caught completely off guard. You were there, you no doubt saw. But our enemy has long lain hidden within the harbor. If we do not act against them now, they will surely gain the upper hand. Hiding the exuvia was a necessary maneuver to take the initiative back, to play the spider
O sea que son buenos al final.
scurry about.
Esto es importante, porque cambia todo.
Who's this enemy you're talking about?
¿Es Chenezaya otra vez?
What do you think, traveler?
¿Es él?
Huh? What are you two talking about?
Well answered.
Huh?
The scenery out here is fine indeed, but the wind is a little strong. Our preparations
¿Está hecho de
to
noche y
receive
todo?
guests within are complete.
Vale. Vamos a acompañar. Vale, habrá que entrar a la cámara de Jade. Vamos por fin para adentro. A ver qué tal es esto. ¡Jue! Madre mía, exploración guapa, cámara de Jade on fire. Esto empieza bien este gameplay, la verdad. Tenía ganas de descubrir todo lo que estaba aquí en el cielo. Y sí, efectivamente pensaba que iba a ser una cinemática o algo. Y no, es una ubicación. Ojalá luego se pueda volver, porque lo que digo está guay aquí. Para poder explorar y poder dejar el personaje de esas horas muertas, ¿no? Ahí mirando el firmamento. Ay, me encanta, de verdad. Es que es lo que digo, o sea... Vamos por la segunda nación, por Liyue. Es que hay mucho... ¡Ay, la!
Paimon's never seen such a fancy place before.
Supongo que habrá que bajar abajo, ¿no? Pero voy a ver si hay algo que podamos... Esto está guapísimo, ¿eh? Muy armonioso, eso sí. No hay libros ni nada. Ahí hay algo. Vale. Vamos a hablar con Ninguang.
Be at ease, you two. Make yourselves at home if you wish.
Gracias.
Can we really?
No sabe lo que acaba de decir.
I have invited you two here as friends. And when friends come over to play, Our enjoyment comes first.
Eso de ahí es... el muro.
Isn't this that legendary wall?
Ya lo he leído, pero bien.
Why, you've kept your ear to the ground, I see.
That's because even the storytellers are talking about it. Everyone's after a piece of paper from that wall. It's super famous.
That's because that wall records Leo's secrets. Merchants have always been attracted to secrets. But the secrets of the mercantile world are of no interest to you, are they, traveler? You're rather special, really, and I think you're quite aware of that. If possible, I'd like to have your trust.
Ojo que esto es importante.
But if you were to choose the more trustworthy person between myself and Kuching... You'd pick Kuching? Nah, I had a feeling. I originally thought her a bit too hard-headed. With someone of her character on the Qixing, I've had some extra messes to clean up behind the scenes. But after she said those words, the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Well, I must say that quite a few of my doubts have been dispelled. I won't deny that Rex Lapis's passing seems advantageous to us. But, for Liyue's sake, we cannot allow ourselves to be shackled by rumors of our usurpation of power.
Supongo que los Fatui están detrás de los rumores.
Indeed. It seems that you understood what I meant to say from the very beginning. I called for the gag order and for the Exuvia to be hidden to temporarily stabilize the situation, and also to prevent something similar to the incident in Mondstadt. With Rex Lapis's death, the Fatui have busied themselves with many clandestine actions beyond their diplomatic remit. As the Tianquan, one responsible for Liyue, I cannot be too concerned with appearances when opposing them. Allowing the rite of parting to take place was also meant to buy some time for us to take control of Liyue's administration.
It's exactly as Zhongli said. The Qixing only provided the venue for the rite so they could use us for their own ends. Wait, that's right. Speaking of ends, could I say one other thing?
Of course.
Paimon's heard that anyone who sends a greeting gift gets a little something in return. So, does that include us?
Paimon, ¿puedes dejar de pensar en eso por un momento, por favor?
It's all right. I like direct people. Well, we have made quite a bit of trouble for you recently. How about this? You can pick any one object here as you please.
Yay! Paimon was just waiting for you to say that! One of the sheets on that wall! Don't look at Paimon like that! One of these sheets of paper will sell for crazy
Solo
prices,
piensa en el dinero.
even if it's only as large as Paimon's fingernail. Just imagine how much more a whole untorn sheet would sell for. Let's grab one! The biggest one!
Lo que me toca hacer, ¿eh?
Huh? Well, that was an easy search. The biggest sheet is right up there in the most obvious spot. Let's go with that one. La 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 la. Huh? There's a place marked with a circle on here. Oh, could it be treasure? Whatever it is, it better make us filthy rich. Sigil of permission, something, something, Fatui, research. Aw, that doesn't sound like treasure at all. This piece of paper shows that a Qixing spy discovered traces of classified Fatui research on the Sigil of permission.
Vale.
Ninguang did say that the Fatui have been up to all kinds of mischief in the shadows of Liyue. But research on the Sigil of permission? Paimon wonders what they're up to. Speaking of which, there's also some connection between you and the Sigil of permission. Seems there's still more for us to find out.
Veo muchas casualidades juntas aquí.
Oh. Well, should we not go then?
No tengo otra idea.
Oh, so you're saying that it's precisely because we can't completely trust Ninguang, that we should confirm the truth of what she says for ourselves. Anyway, we'll see if you're onto something. Before we look for Zhongli at Dihua Marsh, let's go to the place marked out on these papers and see if the...
Vale, pues nada, vamos a inspeccionar. Vale, parece que hemos completado aquí unas pocas protogemas y experiencia, no viene mal. Y bueno, en este caso parece que hay que, lugar a... Vale. Vamos, a ver, tenemos que ir fuera, vamos allá. Tengo que subir arriba. Que yo estoy en el piso de abajo, ojo, importante. Importante el dato. Vamos allá. Y bueno, ya estamos aquí, lo que digo, para que veáis, estamos en el mapa, en esta zona que veis aquí. Vale, estamos cerca del objetivo. Y bueno, vamos a ir literalmente hacia nuestro objetivo. Parece que está por aquí, así que... Primero un poquito de escalada de la buena, ¿no? Porque sí que hay aquí a saco, ¿no? De Fatui.
There really were Fatui at the location written down on this piece of paper. And they look really mad at us too.
Vamos a por estos, que estos como se pongan escudo no la lían, ojo.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Vamos allá. A por el grandullón, perfecto. Grandullón caos. Pero ojo que aquí parece que hay varios más. Vamos a por el otro grandullón, ¿no? Ahí está. Ahí vamos. On fire con Jin, madre mía. Ya casi está el pesado. Estos son los que más suelen durar, Esto la verdad que si tenemos un personaje listo para este tipo de enfrentamiento es más fácil, pero si no estos aguantan la vida, Vamos a poner escudo. Ahí está. Vale.
By royal decree. Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Otra vez. Esto lo bueno es que nos cura todo el equipo. Jin, lo que digo, está rotísimo. Muy bien, vamos por este. Ahí va, lo enganchamos bien. uno menos. Batalla interesante contra Fatui, ojo. Vamos allá con el corocito y todo, ojo. Aguantan bastante, pero lo tenemos enganchado contra la pared, no debería haber problema. Vale, ahí estamos, ¿no? ¿Fuera? Vale, aquí está la investigación de los Fatui.
There are so many talismans here. And some stacks of blank paper too. What are they for?
Yo digo que quizás estén tratando de reproducir uno.
I haven't seen this pattern before. But where? Oh, Paimon knows. It looks just like the sigil of permission the child gave you.
¡Ostras!
But how did a relic of your death die end up in the hands of someone like Child?
No es solo una reliquia.
Oh, that's right. Cloud Retainer said that when the Lord of Geo created the Sigil of Permission, it wasn't to be used as some old relic. Talismans like that were once used in the Archon War to channel divine powers. Maybe the Fatui are copying the Sigil of Permission in hopes of achieving a similar effect.
¡Ostras!
Being able to channel divine power in battle? Whew, that sounds pretty dangerous.
Este documento podría ser parte de un plan mucho más grande. Esto me está molando mucho, ¿eh? Esta trama de Liyue, lo que digo, es increíble.
Alright, that's enough sticking around here. We gotta go meet up with Zhongli soon. The last stop on our rite of parting preparations tour is Dihua Marsh. Let's go! Paimon hates being late.
Vale. Ha estado guay, la verdad. Me ha molado. Vale, parece que tenemos que avanzar un poquito más, así que tenemos que ir al pantano. Es relativamente cerca, es ahí al fondo. Yo creo que... voy a hacerme aquí el... A ver. Debería teletransportarme, ¿vale? Pero un segundito. Está lo suficiente cerca, creo yo. Vamos al lío. Hay un Seli. Aquí llega. Abrimos el cofre y cogemos todo liado. Vamos por aquí. Vamos ya al lado de lo que por lo menos pillo el cofre. Y aquí está el crack.
Right on time. I myself only arrived moments ago. Did you enjoy your visit to the Jade Chamber?
It was so big and pretty and expensive.
Indeed. It's second to none in all of Liyue. Then you met with Ninguang, I trust? What did you...
She's super rich and so generous. Paimon thinks she's very friendly. Yeah, his take on Ninguang is quite different from Paimon's. He thinks that even the tactless Yuhang is more trustworthy than her.
Oh. So you also met with Keqing then? What did she have to say?
She said the time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue?
No respect for the divine. Indeed, contrary to the ever-bold Keqing, Ninguang is more of a businesswoman at heart. Although she's friendly, there's no way of clearly discerning her true intentions.
Ninguang es muy lista.
Yes, she has only relied on herself to rise to her current position. It's said that she's the one behind the constant expansion of the Jade Chamber. It's the second most important thing to her. Even if she ever gave up the position of Tianquan, she would never give up the Jade Chamber.
The Jade Chamber is only second. What's the most important thing to her then?
Why, Mora, of course.
¿Por qué no me sorprende?
All Ninguang talked about was the Fatui this and the Fatui that. She said that after Rex Lapis was murdered, the Fatui have constantly been trying to sink their fingers into Liyue, and that they aren't to be trusted.
That is how the Fatui have always been. It doesn't surprise me in the least.
Y ahora están tratando de reproducir el sello del permiso.
No matter what they may be planning, you must be careful when dealing with the Fatui. Always be on your guard.
So, is there anything we need to get for the rite of parting in Dihua Marsh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. Today, we'll be gathering wild glaze lilies.
Glaze lilies? But why did we come all the way out here? Doesn't the garden in Yujing Terrace have some? Even Qingse Village has glaze lilies. Oh, right! Paimon remembers that Madame Ping is always tending to flowers.
No. Those lilies have all been gardened by people. They won't do it all. Dihua Marsh used to be full of glaze lilies. It is a sort of joyful flower that listens to human song. Before the Archon War, Dihua Marsh was all dry land and fertile soil. But the war caused landslides, and the land was flooded, turning it into the marsh you see now. Of course, there are some kinds of flowers that have been preserved and gardened by people in the city. But very few people know that glaze lilies may still be found in the wild. Wild glaze lilies have the strongest fragrance. If we want to follow the true tradition of the rite of parting, we must grind up the wild lilies and place the powder in a censer of everlasting... But I'll need your assistance in gathering these flowers. No, I need you to sing to them. Singing to the flowers will make them more fragrant.
Ok, pues a
So
cantar.
how good is it? Really? What?
We'll only know once he starts singing.
Pues nada, a cantar, chavales. ¡Madre mía! Vale, hay que buscar lirios. Ojo, espérate, aquí parece que hay algo, ¿no? Oh, bueno. Primero vamos a quitarnos aquí a los enemigos. Y voy a pillar material bueno. Me hace gracia que con Noel enseguida, o sea, cualquier mineral, lo pillas en 0, Vamos a buscarlos. Parece que están por aquí, ¿no? Ok. Un momentito. Ok. Ahí parece que hay, ¿no? Vamos a cantar.
It's time to sing whenever you're ready.
Da 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 da.
Bueno, tampoco lo hacemos tan mal, ojo, Yo esperaba algo peor, esperaba que lloviera.
What happened?
Flor,
These flowers are jumping. They look really angry. Is it because they sang a song for Mondstadt that they don't understand Cavalier? Onward, wings of darkness. Come. I swear by my sword. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Twin blade.
Pues ya está. Muerte acuática.
Those weren't glaze lilies. Glaze lilies wouldn't hit people.
¿Qué flores tan agresivas?
This little monster is known as a whopper flower. Strange. These petals look interesting. The glaze lilies used as a disguise were buried with the whopper flower for too long. The result seems to have surprisingly potent medicinal value.
Well, that's nice and all, but will those petals be useful for the rite of parting?
Unfortunately, no.
No.
That's so lame. Excuse me.
Oye, Ganyu.
Are you searching for glaze lilies? Oh, hey, it's...
Saludos, Ganyu.
Hello, traveler. I'm surprised you still remember my name.
Claro que sí.
That reminds me. How was your visit to the Jade Chamber?
Bien, no ha ido bien. No ha ido mal ni bien. Ha ido bien.
Didn't I tell you the way? Surely I did.
Nope, we found the way on our own.
Oh, I see. Uh-oh. I guess I really did forget to tell them.
Something seems a little off about Ganyu. She's acting different from the first time we met. Where's her serious attitude now?
Ah, well, I met you at that time as an emissary of the Tianquan. But now, I am simply out on a stroll to see the flowers.
You came all the way out here to see the flowers? Why not just enjoy the gardens of the city?
Porque quiere ver flores de la naturaleza. Oler ese olor, ese aroma salvaje a lo bonito de fuera.
Yujing Terrace is where Rex Lapis parted from this world. If I strolled through those lonely gardens now, I wouldn't be able to bear it. Whenever my duties take me near Yujing Terrace these days, I draw the windows to block my view of the gardens.
Oh, sorry. We shouldn't have brought it up.
No, it's quite all right. I just haven't processed my emotions yet. When the Archon War came to its end 2,000 years ago, the first iteration of the Seven would gather in Liyue and drink with Rex Lapis. But 5 of those original 7 had already passed before Rex Lapis. Yes. Now that the spirit of Rex Lapis has returned to the heavens, only Barbados of Mondstadt remains of the first 7.
Y Barbatos es 20.
The other 5, including Inazuma's Raiden Shogun, are no longer the same friends from 2,000 years ago.
Inazuma es, se supone, otro de los continentes.
Of the current 7 Archons, the youngest is Sumeru's god of Dendro. He is merely 500 years old, whereas Rex Lapis was more than 6,000 years old at the time of his passing. This means that Liyue had been under Rex Lapis's rule from the moment it was first founded 3,700 years ago.
Ostras.
The city has never had to bid farewell to its deity.
So what do you think of this farewell?
Huh? This is a little sudden. As a mortal, I've never dared to imagine a Liyue without Rex Lapis. But as an Adeptus, I think I will eventually come to grips with reality. Since Rex Lapis has passed, the time of Liyue's contract with the gods and Adepti has now reached its end.
Huh? Did you just say, as an Adeptus?
Yes, I am a mix of human and Chilean. Adeptus blood flows through my veins. I fought for Rex Lapis and the city of Liyue during the Archon War.
Madre mía.
After the war ended, I signed a contract with Rex Lapis and took the position as secretary for the Qixing.
Eso explica por qué tienes cuernos.
Let's save that conversation for an... I also know where wild glaze lilies can be found. See, I've just picked one myself.
We dare not refuse.
Oh, so did you sing a song before you picked the lily?
Indeed, I did. I know this tradition well. In fact, I sang a local Liyue ballad to it.
Ella cantará mejor que nosotros.
Wow, so you really know your stuff, too. Thanks, Ganyu.
No, it is you who I should be thanking. If not for this chance meeting, I never thought that I would be able to contribute to the upcoming farewell for our ancient lord. If you would excuse me, I should return to my work now. Good luck.
And that just about does it. Our
Casi,
preparations for the
todavía
rite
casi.
of parting are mostly finished. Given the ease of picking glaze lilies, I think this was a fitting end to our tasks.
Deberías abrir tu propia floristería, bro.
Yeah, Paimon can already imagine him starting a business in Liyue.
I've had enough ventures in my life already.
Este tío reclama.
Beginning a new undertaking is always difficult at first.
Yo lo digo, no sé por qué,
and
tengo
requires
esa
no small
sensación.
amount of effort. And once business is at full steam, the stress of it all only wears away at you over time. So you must be careful to take the time to step back and re-examine yourself.
Wow. See? Xiangli sounds like he's already seen it all. Alright, I think it's about time we head back to Liyue Harbor now.
Vale, vuelve a Liyue, hay que ir en este caso a... La ciudad está bastante lejos, así que os recomiendo que primero vamos a canjear los logros que hemos desbloqueado, ¿no? Creo que han sido 2. Al infinito llega hasta el palacio flotante, muy bien. Y el de canta una canción a los lirios de cristal. Ahí están, los dos maravillas del mundo hechas. Veo que aquí aparecen nuevas, ¿no? Ah, lo de reputación. Eso os lo explicaré, no os preocupéis, que es algo que haremos cuando terminemos con la trama principal de Liyue. Y de verdad hay muchas cosas ahí que hacer, ¿eh? O sea, supongo que habrán puesto también más cosas, ¿no? A ver, un momento, Ah, mira, retador parte 2. Que puede invocar la oceánida, una oceánida sin recibir daño de las bombas de agua de los animales y usuarios. Un hecho extraño, que esto es lo nuevo, ¿no? Vale. Vale, hay cosas chulas aquí con retador y creo que puede estar bastante bien. Bueno, ahora sí que sí, vamos a continuar, vamos a venir al mapa. Yo me pierdo con las cosas de la actualización, ya os lo digo. Pero bueno, parece que hay que venir a lo que es la entrada de Liyue, así que vamos a venir aquí y al puerto, al punto de teletransporte, y a eso vamos.
All my friends are here, then take it slow.